The world without orgasm. Would humanity survive? Imagine a world where the peak of sexual pleasure, the orgasm, simply ceases to exist. What would happen to our relationships, our society, and even our species? Hello everyone and welcome. Today we're diving into a fascinating and perhaps unsettling thought experiment. What if orgasms disappeared from the human experience? What comes to mind when you imagine a world without orgasms? How do you think it would change our lives? Let me know your initial thoughts in the comments below. Without the pursuit of orgasm, sex would likely undergo a profound transformation. The focus would shift away from achieving a climax and towards the journey itself. Sex could become more about exploration, connection, and the sharing of pleasure in different ways. Sensuality and intimacy might take center stage. Orgasm triggers the release of oxytocin, often called the love hormone, which plays a crucial role in bonding. What happens when that surge is gone? Would relationships be less intense without this hormonal reinforcement? Or would we develop a deeper appreciation for other forms of intimacy and connection? Biologically, orgasm is linked to the drive for procreation. It's a powerful motivator that encourages us to reproduce. In a world without orgasm, procreation might become a more clinical and deliberate process. Would we see a decline in birth rates? The use of assisted reproductive technologies could become more widespread as people seek alternative ways to conceive. The very future of our species could be at stake. Some theories suggest that sexual activity acts as a safety valve, releasing pent-up tension and aggression. What happens when that valve is closed? Could the removal of this outlet lead to an increase in frustration and potentially violence? Or might it force us to find more peaceful and constructive ways to manage our emotions? It's a complex question with no easy answers. The relationship between sexuality and violence is multifaceted and deeply ingrained in our society. Humanity is remarkably adaptable. Even in the face of such a fundamental change, we would likely find new ways to experience pleasure and connection. Would we see a shift towards creativity, intellectual pursuits, and social progress? Or would a sense of loss and existential questioning pervade our culture? The absence of orgasm wouldn't necessarily mean the end of pleasure. Humans are capable of experiencing joy and fulfillment in countless ways. Sensual touch, emotional intimacy, artistic expression, and connection with nature could all become more important sources of pleasure and satisfaction. We might rediscover the beauty of simple, non-orgasmic experiences. Technology could play a significant role in shaping our experience of pleasure in a world without orgasm. Virtual reality, for example, could offer new ways to explore and experience sensuality. Medical advancements might also lead to new treatments designed to address the absence of sexual fulfillment. The possibilities are both exciting and potentially unsettling. A world without orgasm would raise a host of ethical questions. How would we define consent and sexual boundaries in the absence of this key element of sexual experience? The role of medical interventions in addressing sexual dysfunction would also need careful consideration. We would need to navigate these issues with sensitivity and respect for individual autonomy. Ultimately, the human need for intimacy and connection would persist, even in a world without orgasm. Our desire for love, companionship, and shared experiences is fundamental to our nature. Perhaps in the absence of orgasm, we would be forced to redefine what it means to be human, focusing on the deeper, more meaningful aspects of our relationships. We might learn to appreciate the beauty of human connection in new and profound ways. So would a world without orgasm be a utopia or a dystopia? Would it lead to our downfall, or would it force us to evolve and become something more? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this thought-provoking question. Share your opinions and ideas in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and found it thought-provoking, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel for more content like this, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads.